Hey, how's it going everyone? Gribnum here, back again with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And it's time, guys. We finally got the 7-day login, Rathalos Blademaster Champion, with the collab of Monster Hunter. And a lot of you may be holding out to actually pull him, because we have a CVC that's going to be dropping in about 13 hours here from now. So if you're one of those people who want to hold out and open them up during the CVC, then this is a video that you can watch just to tide yourself over, I guess. I'm gonna be showing you my build on Rathalos and maybe taking him into a couple different locations. Keep in mind he is not booked. We literally just got him, and I didn't save any books. You know what I mean? I didn't save any books prior to. I should have. However, if you have about $80 to spend, you can go ahead and get this 12 book, 1000 energy Rathalos instant power up here. I also want to say that I'm going to cut back on my uploads here. Just want to make sure I'm doing this and enjoying it, and I was enjoying doing it every day, but during the winter season it just feels like my energy's down. I don't want to force myself into uploading when I'm not really in the mood to, or whatever it is. But that's the grind, right? Doing things when you're not really wanting to do it. But if I just occasionally do an upload here and there on things that I really want to show you guys, then that's where the enjoyment comes from, rather than a daily upload, which I was kind of doing. No one asked me to do it. It was all on me. Anyway, I'm still enjoying the game. There's nothing changed here. And I want to show you my Rathalos build. And here he is, my +1, no blessing, merciless set Rathalos. I happen to have a full set of usable merciless gear. I have a bunch of other pieces as well that could be used here on Rathalos. Let me go ahead and show you the stats on these pieces. Now, I got pretty lucky with a majority of them rolling with speed, crit damage, crit rate. Not so lucky on any of the attack percent or attack flat rolls here, but crit rate, crit damage, speed, it's insane. Crit damage, crit rate, triple roll on this. I mean, it's a 5-piece. This is still perfectly fine, guys, because I'm getting that 35 ignore defense anyway, no matter what. Crit rate 3, a triple roll crit rate on this gauntlet, crit damage gauntlet. It's insane. Now, as you know, I have an attack percent here, and I am lacking a maximum crit rate build on this. If I can get enough chaos dust here, I can actually re-roll it and hope to get that crit rate ascension. So there's the future plan for this. I don't have any chaos dust to reascend this. I can't do it, but getting that crit rate would be the goal here. So keep that in mind if you're looking at this and thinking you don't even have full crit rate. I mean, yeah, sucks, but 94 on a 6-piece merciless set here. Show me yours. Show me yours. You know what I mean? Over 200 speed, 5600 damage. That's on the low side. If I wasn't confined to the merciless set here, and I could add a 2-piece of something else, I'd be in a better spot, right? But you don't get any. I'll show you the rest of these pieces in just a sec. But you don't get any ignore defense on a 4-piece. Essentially, what you do get on a 4-piece is a pseudo reflex and pseudo impulse set. Now, it's closer to impulse because if you look at impulse here, let me see. Here we go, impulse set. So impulse is a plus 12% speed and a 30% chance to reduce a random skill by 1 turn. Merciless here is essentially that. I just don't have that speed, right? You're just not getting that 12% speed. I got 5%. You can get up to a 10%, but that's on a 7-piece. But I do get that 30% chance to decrease a random skill. If we go and look at reflex instead, you can see, click on this, 40% chance to reduce a random skill by 1 turn. So, this is still a fantastic set to have. That 4-piece of, get that ignore defense. I'll show you the masteries in just a second. Here is the chest plate. This is where I did fall flat. If I just had 1 crit rate roll on this, I would have been totally fine in a great spot, it would have been awesome. But this piece is, you know, it's on the mid side, if I should say so. However, the boot I got really lucky on. Very lucky on the speed with the crit rate, crit damage. It almost couldn't get any better than this. I mean, it can, but this is a great 6-piece set of Merciless that I've been fortunate enough to have hold. And here we go. We have the Bannerlord's banner or ring here. I don't know if there's any better one that I can actually put on him. Let's see real quick. Equipped. Not better. Not better there either. So yeah, this will do for now. This is actually perfectly fine. Now I did get lucky with a crit damage ascension amulet though. 2 rolls into attack. Looking pretty solid there for an amulet. I usually get pretty lucky on these amulets on most of my champions that are damage dealers. Coming over here to the banner, I don't think I got too lucky on the ascension there with resistance. I would rather have had, you know, attack. I guess that's really all you can do, right? Flat attack would have been fine, would have been perfect. But I'm not really upset about any roll on the banner here. Not much to choose from, but this is a great piece still. So that's a 2-piece counterattack. So that's 10% chance to counterattack when hit. Plus, you know, everything else that's going on here. So 10% chance to counterattack. He's got that 5-hit ability passive where on the 5th hit he does 200% more damage. You have ignore defense here. You have decrease a random decrease a random skill cooldown when dealing damage. So that's all going to be happening here. Plus, let's move over to the masteries here. Not finished, but I got what I was looking for so far. I went down, of course, the offense tree, get the crit rate, get the crit damage, try to ignore some shield along the way. Going to get as much speed as possible when he gets a kill, because, I mean, you can use this guy in wave content. You can use him in arena as well. I mean, with a build like this, I would like to use him in arena. Ignore defense and just see how I can, you know, smack some people down. Going with Cycle of Violence. Decrease the chance of a random skill when you inflict 30% damage to a target. That is going to happen. Absolutely that is. And so that's not stacking, but that is a separate roll chance of you decreasing a skill. I wonder if both of these would actually roll at the same time. Let's say Cycle of Violence activates. I do 30% damage to a target, and it hits this 30% chance of reducing my skill, plus the 30% chance that's associated with the Merciless. I wonder if those can coincide together and reduce something by 2 turns. That would be really cool. And it's really cool when I show you later a battle, you will see when it procs on the Merciless, because that orb, that ball that pops over the head and cycles like this, you'll see the animation happen. Now, of course, I went with Helm Smasher. You could absolutely go with War Master for this guy if he's, you know, your main boss killer, trying to do stuff like that. But, you know, ignoring 30% or 35% defense, plus another 25, plus his A2 ability, which is going to ignore another 25. So right off the bat, there's like 35 plus 25. All right, did a little bit of math. That's 60% ignore defense. 35 plus 25 plus the mastery 25. Now, the reason I didn't really include that right away is because there's a chance that doesn't proc. But 60 plus another 25, we're at 85% chance to ignore defense if everything goes well and I'm fighting someone who's not a boss. If I'm fighting a boss, though, then I'm always going to ignore 100%, and everything else just doesn't matter, right? So you really don't need to worry about the mastery or the merciless set if you're fighting the boss, because you're going to ignore 100% of the defense anyway. But I just want to use this guy in as many places as possible, not just against the bosses, because personally, I've got that covered. I don't exactly need him to be on my Hydra team right now. I don't need him on my clan boss team. Sure, he could probably be in my Ice Golem team, and I'll show you that as well in this video. Now let's talk about the blessing. And you might hear it, I'm a little sick. I got, you know, a little bit of a cough going on here, so sorry about that. But let's talk about the blessing and what I was looking to do if I possibly could. Now you don't want to go brimstone because you're not really building this guy with accuracy at all. He's got one ability and it doesn't need accuracy if you're fighting a boss. But if you are fighting another player, sure, you might want some, but don't focus on landing his decreased defense ability. This isn't going to be the reason why you win. It's going to be other reasons, right? So don't need to worry about brimstone. Polymorph, maybe that's an option. You know, if you're fighting an arena and you know this guy clearly doesn't have a lot of resistance, you could go ahead with polymorph. I, since we're on the page here, was going to probably go with crushing rend. I mean, you could go with crushing rend and really just destroy. Let me see. We'll ignore. No, not what was it? Cruelty. Sorry, it was cruelty. Not ignoring their defense, but lowering their defense so that now everybody on your team can have a good shot at killing them, right? So I think this is great because you're already ignoring their defense, but with this, you can just lower it in general. Right, so there's that chance that 25% from the Helm Smasher doesn't even proc. But if with this at a tier 6, you have decreased their defense by 40%. So right there, that 60% that you were doing becomes like 100%. I don't know how math works, but this is a great option if you ask me. We have maybe not Warden. Taking a look at the ones that are going to give you attack and crit damage, you know, so maybe even Soul Reap would be a good option. Lightning Cage, but I'm also thinking on the side of Cruelty. If I had the blessing, I would probably have him on Cruelty right now. All right, wasting too much time here on this screen. Let's go ahead and jump into a Ice Golem battle real fast, and then I'll show some arena. You know, I don't have too much energy. I've just been wasting energy building him up, getting him stronger, masteries and all that. But here I have, of course, a team that I've been using already. I'd like to show you. I'm not going to do this, but I'd like to show you, like, oh, what happens if you just put the wrong person here? Will you still win? The odds of you still winning if you put the wrong person, pretty high if you have a strong Duchess, plus you have our bias, which I do here. But I feel like there's a chance you could just lose because you put someone in this 5th slot who's not really doing or pulling their weight. Now with, let's go ahead and run it. With Rathalos, he does pull his weight. He's killing some, doing some damage, killing the boss, the waves, all that stuff. Again, he's not booked. You know, that was some good damage right there. Not booked though. I'm not advocating like a lot of the other content creators are to say that this guy is the best login or that he's broken or that he's insane. I've seen that he can do some good damage, but that's very predicated on just like you waiting for the right moment, and half the time the moment's not right because he did a counterattack, because he did a certain attack at the wrong time. Maybe he doesn't have his A2 on cooldown. I was watching like Saf, and so Saf went live last night when this guy came out, and he was showing him off. Now I will say this. Now this is a hot take. Believe me if you want to. Don't believe me, whatever. I think Saf and a lot of these content creators like Hell Hades and Ash, they are huffing on some copium, right? And I don't even like that term, but I think they are, because half the time that Rathalos wasn't doing said damage that they had predicted, they would say, well, he's not set up he's not set up right. The setup was off because you didn't have this. Oh, I didn't have the HP burn. I didn't have this and that, and that. They are very much huffing on some copium. They are acting as if this guy has some secret hidden talent going on here. Sure, he can hit pretty good. He can do some millions of damage after so much time, right? That was a good hit right there, 200 something thousand. You're talking about a hit he does that Seer could have already done and gotten through this wave already. You're talking about a hit that he does that Acrizia could have done already. You're talking about a hit that he does that Royal Guard could have done already. There's that cooldown animation. Go back if you missed it. You saw the little orb above his head. And so cooldown one of his abilities. Let me actually take over real quick for a second. One of the things I don't like about the AI here on this fight is, of course, they're going to fight the minions, because when the minions are dead, the boss does less damage, I believe. But I'd like to see Newt actually use his A3 on the boss when he can. Right? Now, we almost died. I'm very surprised we didn't. And it seems like anytime I take over and I want to hit the minions, that kind of thing happens. Right? I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back on auto. It just seems like you have to be hitting the minions, even if they're not dying. If you're not hitting the minions, then you're going to get like annihilated by the boss. It just feels that way. But let's go ahead and try to get some HP burns on this boss here. And you could tell when Rathalos is doing his... Oh, we just got... I think that was a big hit. I couldn't tell because the passive popped up and went away right after he did it. So it'll pop up and say Rathalos something, right? Let's see. Let's pay attention. 182. Now that's a big hit. That's a lot of damage going out to the boss. The boss is actually just kind of mopping us up here, quite annoyingly. Just keeps killing everybody. Luckily, Duchess is keeping everyone alive. Normally, this run is about 4 to 5 minutes. It's not a fast run. I'm not saying you're going to be doing anything special with this guy that you couldn't already do. See, when it comes to a login champion, you know, where we had Ultimate Death Knight, we had Ninja, we had Wukong, we had Artak. Now, there's definitely like a unique thing that they're doing that that replaced other champions. Let me turn this music up. I can't even hear that. There's a unique thing that those champions do that let you replace other champions. Rathalos Blademaster just doesn't seem to have that for me, right? I'm testing him out now. I've got him in an insane set of merciless gear. I want to see what he can do. He's not booked. But neither was Saf's Rathalos. Last night, in some pretty shitty gear, he was doing some good damage. However, it took so long to set it up. He did it maybe once every couple minutes. You can't even... The thing that Rathalos does cannot be replicated with a Kaimar or with a Yumiko. You can't do it and then do it again. You have to do it and then wait and wait and wait and then possibly do it again if the stars are aligned, okay? The stars being aligned for Trunda, and now this is a bad example, I get it. Trunda's in a different spot, not the same, comes in with essentially an AoE here, right? It is an AoE, first hit, second, and then attacks everyone else, all that stuff. Rathalos, you gotta get lucky and to say that he's gonna do this ability plus the passive on his second turn to get the AoE, right? Because this is a single target, but every second use he uses the passive here. I just think that there's a lot of setup involved, but to say and watch him go and do a 2 million damage hit. And here, I'm gonna jump in here on Hydra real fast. This is what I would use him just to test on normal, okay? So keep that in mind. Go ahead and remove Runda real fast. Check this out. Because I'm going to remove Trunda from the team here, so that way, because I don't really want to show her, then show him, and all that stuff. This is what you can do with a Trunda on normal, right? Because, you know, the consensus is user on normal, maybe hard to get the best results. And that's what I do, right? So this is what you can do in 9 turns. Go ahead and click on that. With a Trunda in just Savage, whatever it is. You don't even need to have her in Savage. I had, I'll show you the team in a sec, but 9 turns, 100 million damage, right? With this Trunda here. Let me go ahead and close this. And here's the team I used. I threw in Mithrala. I took out Arbiter, I believe it was. So I think I had Arbiter here instead. Took her out so I can get some Hex in there, just to try to make it work. Now, what happens if I put Rathalos in there? It is a bad comparison to say, can he outdamage Trunda? Of course not. But if you had one or the other, or he can't even outdamage Wukong. He can't even outdamage Newt. And Wukong was a free champion. Wukong can do this kind of damage. I'll even show you. Let's see. I'll show you guys. Because a lot of people want to say that he's some broken champion who's going to do so much damage that it's like unheard of, right? I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Come in here with the A1, throw up the Hex. Now, with Trunda, I could nuke about 3 of these heads right away. I'm in fear that these heads are going to cleanse everything. They're going to get the blight up. I have to do a whole much more work now to stop this head from putting Poison Cloud up, and to stop this head from cleansing everybody, because I don't have the option to kill them right away. Plus, I don't have the passive ready to go for my 5th hit, so I can't even do anything to stop that, right? So I'm screwed with this setup that worked for me with Trunda. Ignores 100% defense. Let me see if I can kill. I may be able to kill this head. Let me try. 197,000 damage on an 100% ignore defense attack. Let me back out of here. 197,000 damage. Let me go and throw Wukong in here just to see. And this is fine. So, I'll have to hit a different. I'll have to hit this head instead. Just trying to find out which head I should be aiming for this time. Now, let's get a little loud. Okay, come in here and X, throw that up. Decrease defense, weaken. This ability here with Wukong, so I have 25 ignore defense with lethal on him right now, plus the 50, so that's about 75% ignore defense. Let's go ahead and hit this 352,000 damage on the stronger head. Okay, and I get it. Wukong is booked for one. He's got some good stats, all that stuff. But you're talking about Wukong, this free to play champion. You know, log in, get him for free. The kind of damage that he can do versus what Rathalos does. Plus, Wukong also will strip buffs from the boss and place a block buffs debuff. So Wukong, right away, I could even try to kill this. I can kill this head right now and make sure he's not doing. In fact, let me do this. Let me go ahead and guess more hex out there. Kind of a weird setup there, but throw this up. I'm going to come back around with Wukong. Let's go ahead and hit now this decapitated head. 1,000,000 damage. Took me 2 turns to get to 1,000,000 damage on Wukong. Okay. We go back in here with Rathalos. This is where I need you guys to understand what you're saying here is not true. A consistently strong damaging champion, a consistently hard-hitting champion like Wukong is far above what Rathalos can do here. Oh, but you got to give Rathalos some time. You got to let him get into the fight and all that stuff. And no, he's dead. He's dead. He's not reviving himself. He's not doing as much damage. It takes him so much setup, and you may accidentally use that 200% damage attack with the wrong move. You might accidentally not even have what you need on cooldown, and you might even counterattack, and he might use his A1 counterattack and waste it. All right, you see what I'm saying? It just, the consistency doesn't line up. It's the same thing that happened when Ninja was added to the game, and people were trying to get their clan boss teams speed tuned, but they're like, it's inconsistent because Ninja, he has a speed boost on his passive, it boosts his speed. I can't get it to line up right. All right, so last time I did the A2, and I got about 197,000 damage with that. Let's go ahead with the A3. I'm gonna boost my crit damage and speed. All right, let's go with this. Slow it down. Okay, a couple 100,000 damage. A little over 100,000 damage. Okay, let's say that, right? Cool. Awesome. That was some good damage. Oh, I just did about the same damage with Shamail. Also, check this one out. Razavarg doing 200,000+ damage on his abilities. Now, I don't know where you guys are getting these numbers for Rathalos. Certainly he can do what, a couple million damage. I can get any one of these people on this team to probably hit for a couple million damage on a decapitated head. But 20 million damage, all this, like 5, 6, 7 million damage. I just don't see it, right? And I know people were advocating that this is a possibility. I guess okay, let me retract what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say he can't do this. I'm saying the consistency at which he can do it and help you get a fantastic amount of damage, as you see at 2.7 million in 2 turns. That's not good. That is not good at all, right? It's just very not consistent for what I'm looking for. If I'm looking to get a groundbreaking run for my Hydra Clash, I would not use Rathalos to do so. I might use him on my maybe I might use him on a certain key, like maybe hard or brutal, just to try to hit the main damage, like the main key chest. But that's about it. Let me see what he can do. He doesn't have that plus attack. He doesn't have the increased attack, but let's see what I can do with the A2 now on this decapitated head. Okay, before on Wukong, I did like 1.1 million damage. Okay, here it goes. $400,000 damage. I'm not even saying I'm disappointed with this champion. I'm just trying to prove to you guys where a lot of that copium lies. Just because you said something that you believed was true prior to the champion coming out doesn't mean you to hold on to it so tightly because you're realizing it's false. You're realizing that your champion can't do what you were saying it can do, and you don't want to let go of that. I get it. It's hard to. Hard to do so. I didn't even see the damage I just did there, but I bet it was a lot more than what Rathalos was doing. And half the time, Razavarg doesn't even have an increased attack buff out anyway. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to attack this head right here. Oh my god. 260,000 damage times 3. I saw it was a little more than that, but 260,000 damage times 3. That was a 780,000, maybe actually an 800,000 damage attack right there from Razavarg's A1. What can he do? Now, I wish I knew if I was on my 5th turn or not, but let me see what I can do to this boss right here on the A3. 400,000 again. I mean, if it wasn't the 5th hit, maybe on the 5th hit, I'll be hitting some insane damage. Let's keep trying. Let's keep trying. These guys are going to come back to life. These heads are going to come back, but you know, we'll do what we can. Fence down, weaken. Now, this haven't been counting, but this could be that hit that I'm looking for, right? Let's slow it down. You'll know, obviously, if he does a crap ton of damage, and you'll know when it says Rathalos, it'll say Rathalos Mastery at the top. Didn't say Rathalos Mastery at the top, but that was about a 500,000 damage hit. Pretty solid. That was actually really good. Not gonna lie, from a decapitated head, that was pretty good. Now let's see what Razavar can do to the same head with his A1. Easily did more than Rathalos. And I mean, go ahead and pick apart my builds here. If you think my Razavar is not built correctly to be comparing the two, let me just tell you that Razavar has no ignore defense set on at all, right? So he's only got the ignore defense mastery, Helm Smasher. That's about it. Now let's go ahead with the doesn't even have a increase attack buff. He's in just speed set and perception. Let's do this. 500,000 to that head over there. Wasn't the best hit. But could be better with the increased attack. Now, I do have increased attack on, of course, Rathalos. Now, let's see. Let's see it. Here it comes, guys. This could be an insane hit right here. 1.5 million damage. Not bad. Not bad. That was a lot of damage right there. Wasn't anything special, though. That is like a typical Razavarg hit. When I'm on the same team as Trunda and all these heads are down and Razavarg and Trunda are going back and forth, yeah, they're both hitting like Razavarg's hitting like 2 to 3 million every time, right? I'll even show you a Trunda run real quick. All right, I'm not going to even fight through that right now. Go ahead and put Trunda back on the team here. Show you kind of how I got that 100 mil damage, right? See if I can replicate that in any capacity. And this is not to say, oh, Rathalos doesn't hold a candle to Trunda. We get it. We know that's not what's going on here. I just want to show you that if you have Trunda as an option, but you're over here drooling from the mouth at the prospect of Rathalos hitting a 20 million damage hit randomly somewhere 10 minutes into the fight, then you're just crazy, dude. You are crazy to sit there and wait for that damage. Because someone like Trunda can do that immediately. Let's go. Let's see what I got. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swing on this head here. Get as much damage as possible. 3 mil right out the gate. Surprised that head did not die. Go ahead and take this one out. They're all dead now. Gonna come in with, oh, 600, 700, 400,000 right there from the AoE. And they don't even have decreased defense or weaken on them. Right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about here? Let's go ahead and put Hex up. Did I not click the Hex button? Let me reset that. That actually pissed me off right there. I clicked the Hex button and it doesn't do it. All right. AoE. A1. Hex. Defense down, weaken. Trunda, let's see if we can blow that head up this time. Almost. Again, 3.1 mil. Totally fine. We're going to get all those heads down. Just about, actually. Go 600,000, 600,000, 400,000. Add that up. I mean, we're almost at 2 million on just a hit like that without any decreased defense or weaken. Go ahead and reset the abilities. Hex this time. Make sure it fucking works. Defense down, weaken. Here comes a huge hit, guys. Hope you're ready for it. Not just from Trunda, but from Razavarg as well. Let's see this. 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. That is 3 million damage from Razavarg. The boss hasn't even taken a turn yet. Okay? So now, I'm not sitting here comparing Rathalos to Trunda. I'm comparing him now to even Razavarg. And you can still see where Rathalos just doesn't sit well in your narrative, okay? Come in here with the A2. This is going to be a massive hit. 10 million, 6 million, 7 million, 42.2 million. Now remember, I'm still not at boss turn 9 yet. That's where that where I need to be so you can kind of see the damage line up. Go ahead and weaken this head because that's going to be the head that we hit most. Throw out that. Just a comparison, just to show you what can happen here. There's 3 million damage right there, arguably almost 4 million. Maybe if I could have got a crit on this affinity head over here, could have worked. Let's even see the A3, okay? Couldn't even see it, but there was like a 3 million, or sorry, 300,000 to 500,000, whatever. Just couldn't really see it that well. AoE, 1,900,000. Okay. Not sure why the damage was so low. Oh, I guess I didn't have the increase attack buff on. Totally fine. 3 turns until the Kymar A3 is on reset. Keep that in mind. You want to know where that Kymar reset is at, so you can make sure that you don't use it before you use Trunda's ability. The idea, and I'm actually gonna not use the hex yet. The idea is speed this up. Okay, I got 1 turn until this is ready to go, right? So it's in a good spot. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and start weakening this head with the cruelty. Start trying to beat that head down a little bit. Weaken. All that. Get the increase attack. So now I'm in a good spot to actually hit this head over here on the far right. I could probably pop all these heads once again. Just about. Okay. So because this one is decapitated, I'm going to be doing a lot more damage. That other than hitting this one, I would probably go for the head of Mischief, but you don't want to do that. You want to hit the one with the popped head. Go ahead and do that. See what we can do here. Okay, a couple 100,000 damage there. I didn't even see what we did to the decapitated one. But it don't matter. Let's go ahead and try to kill this head here. And in like 1 or 2 turns, Kymar is going to have his A3 ready to go. And I can use the ability from Trunda once again. A2. Actually, let's start weakening this head because this will be the example head, right? All right, and I believe I can get back around to Kymar quicker than the head of Decay can actually go. So we'll see if I can do that. This head here, 200,000, so just under 500,000 there. Damage. Here comes Kymar reset. Going in. Now it's off a little bit because now I don't have the defense weakened because Lydia just went and then Trunda went. I don't know what the difference is there or why it kind of offset like that. Let me just show you this one last hit right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Arena with Rathalos. See what's going on here. Okay. I'm pretty close. All right. I'm pretty close. The boss has not even taken 9 turns. And I'm at 91 million damage. Right? Let me see if I can actually spring chicken this thing up there real quick. Yeah. Not hard to do. Not hard to do with a Trunda. You got Hex, you got Trunda, you got decreased defense, weaken, all that stuff. The only thing I'm missing on this team is an HP burn, right? Which is another thing you need to worry about bringing if you want to use Rathalos to his full potential, right? If you want to use Rathalos to his full potential, bring an HP burner as well. So that's another slot you got to worry about taking up. Let's jump on over to Arena. Now, I'm sorry if I took so much time sitting there on the Hydra, but a lot of people, they tend to want to see Hydra shit for some reason. It's so boring. Now, you may argue that these teams are pretty easy, and I will argue that it's Monday. It is the reset day, so get over it, right? This is what I actually had going on here. I had just somebody who could do an HP burn, right? So she can go first. She can throw up HP burn. I don't have someone who can do a dedicated buff strip right now. I do, but I don't have him on this team. Maybe I could remove Ultimate Death Knight and place Wukong, but I don't want Wukong to steal the show. I do not want Wukong stealing the show. Who else does a buff steal? Let's just go without one for now. And if I need it, I'll go ahead and throw it on. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and metamorph and throw up the HP burns. Got a couple of them out there. So they still have HP burn on, but here we go. Just all this dumb shit. Uko comes in, steals my shit away. Fucking annoying, man. Can't even put up the buffs I want. But I'm pretty sure I can actually take Uko out right now. 65,000 damage. Better but fucking leave it. I'm ignoring what is it, 60% of your defense, so you better believe that that's gonna happen. But man, just one setback after another. All right, so go ahead and do this. So that was the first hit from, and I can't even put shit on it. That was the first hit from his A2. Now get this, when you have his A2 booked, I believe it actually will line up perfectly so that his second time using his A2 will be on his 5th hit, right? So use it, or no, it would be on his 4th hit. So having his A2 not fully booked with the cooldown actually lines up really well so that it is ready to go just when you need it. However, I would still book it down. That way you can have it ready and then not use it. Let's say it's ready to go and you're on your fourth hit. You can skip it and come back to it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead with the A3. 24,000 damage it looked like on somebody. Hard to tell. Zoom out a little bit. Throw up some HP burns. Got one. And see what I can do here. 14,000 damage on the A1. Unbooked. No increased attack. Fucking weak is what it is. That's a weak hit. In fact, I'm tired of sitting here with no increased attack. Let's go ahead and do this. In fact, forget about the HP burn. I'm just gonna come in here and do see what I can do. You know, just to knock these guys out. Let's get a reset here. See if we can find someone stronger to face. Let's do this. So I'm actually gonna not worry about the HP burn. It seems to be detracting from him actually keeping buffs and him taking a turn before everyone else goes. I can actually take out Kaimar right now, so that would be really cool. Now I will show you him against an Ultimate Death Knight as well, but I'm gonna go with the A3. So that was a good hit. Okay, that was a really good hit. Somewhere about like 60,000 damage there. My actual main use for him will be to mess around in arena like this. I need more force affinity attack nukers essentially, and this is a really good option. Someone I'm looking for, right? This team, he's gonna revive them. Put it in auto. Go quick. Move my buffs. Okay, whatever. He's just gonna die. Talk about annoying when you're just trying to show something. But I can revive him. And he's gonna get hit again, maybe? No. I'm not worried about this. I'm definitely not gonna lose this fight. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is my main goal is to use him, you know, in arena, in the Cintranos, in some wave-based content. I do like, you know, that he does have these heavy hitting attacks, but to say that he's some boss killer when all you're gonna use him against is a Hydra or a clan boss is really just it's confusing, because he's not killing those bosses. That's not the goal of fighting those bosses. It's to rack up as much damage as possible. You know, if he was like really good at surviving against bosses, yeah, sure, that would be really cool. But him doing a couple strong hits every once in a while that doesn't even rival like a standard strong hit that someone else does, I don't know. I don't think it's really that impressive. Go with this. Now, him being a free champion for me is amazing. That's fantastic. I think he's a great addition just to the game in general. So there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Ooh, okay, nice. Got the petrification off. Let's see what I can do to Death Knight here. Can I lock these guys out from anything? Okay. Not bad. How to get him back up. But hey, let me know what you guys are thinking about this champion below. A lot of people who are getting him for free, I gotta be the bearer of bad news, you know? Your account's probably not in the right place to be building him in a full merciless set or a full like lethal or savage set, let alone a good one. right? You might have him in that lethal set, that savage set, that instinct set, which actually, you know, instinct is way better. Sorry, way more accessible to get for a newer team. Now I might not even beat this team here. A newer account can just buy the instinct battle pass when it comes back around, and you can forge you can forge instinct. Your new account cannot go and farm Dark Fae hard stage 120. It's just not going to be possible. You also might not be able to farm 6-star legendary or mythical lethal gear or savage gear. Right? You see what I'm saying? You might have a better option with instinct set. If you want to put this guy in instinct, go right ahead. You'll have a better time doing something like that. Now, clearly I'm not winning this because they have the stupid warlord on their team. But I'm gonna go ahead and face this person and just beat them with what's his name? With Frolny. Who was I gonna use? Take out Ultimate Death Knight. Don't need him. Go ahead and speed up. I'm not sure. I mean, Wukong's just gonna steal my shit, man. So, oh, and they get the cooldown on everything. I hate it. No, I don't love, but I hate a motherfucker who thinks that they can just throw their shit on defense like this, and that they're, oh, I got a Harima. She'll just go ahead and kill everybody. Nah, that's not how it works. But probably gonna wrap it up here. Maybe I'll do one more, I guess. I don't know, but I'll do one more fight with Rathalos. I think he's good. All right, I think he is solid. I really do. He is a great option for, you know, an arena force champion. He's a good option for faction wars. He's a good option for the Cintranos stages if you need it. There goes Harima. Down goes Harima. Is done. Let's go ahead and do this. Kill this guy. But it's going to be hard to find a place to put Rathalos, because for me at least, okay, that's what I should say. It's going to be hard to find a place for Rathalos for a lot of veteran players, for a lot of older players, where when we got Newt, it was easy, so easy to say and discover where you're going to use your Newt that you got, right? But for everyone to say, oh, I can't wait to get Rathalos, dude. I'm going to use him here, 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 and here. He's going to be insane. No one's going to be able to stop this guy. You're smoking crack, man. Smoking crack. Go ahead and do this. I need someone who can remove buffs. And in fact, let's do this instead. Rathalos. So increase attack, remove buffs, Rathalos. Let's see what he can do. Now, as you see, this is not even the type of team. This is close to the type of team I would use. But personally, I don't know if I would have our bias on my offensive arena team is all. So being forced to use somebody who has an HP burn, if I should so choose to use it, our bias is a fantastic option. But being kind of required to use an HP burn if you want to get the most out of his damage, kind of really feels like he's locked behind some other shit. And I can't even do it now because of this bitch ass fucking Helicath. Pissed me off, man. You try this again. Let's go with this team. I should have the block debuffs buff on. There goes, totally fine. Increase speed. There it is. Decreased buff duration. It should also be decreasing their speed a little bit. Rathalos, let's go. Take a turn, please, buddy. All right. Coming in here with the A3. Good nuke. Solid nuke. That's what I'd like to see. You know, if he wasn't able to nuke some bitch ass. Oh, I better go. 26,000. If he's not able to nuke some bitch ass Arbiter or Vlad, then we have a problem. And I mean, I can't imagine this guy working for you in a long-term fight, though. Right? Let's try this. This team, okay. This team not gonna be too difficult. They're not gonna be hurting me as much, but it's gonna be a hard team to kind of knock out of there. So the fight may go on for a while. Who am I gonna have to deal with here? Let's just run it with this. This is gonna be the last fight I do, and then I will be out of here. But again, let me know what you guys think. Are you enjoying Rathalos? You know, have you built him in a Merciless? Have you built him in Lethal, Savage, anything like that? Did you accidentally put Perception on him because you thought he needs accuracy? You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys did or did not do. What do you plan to do? Oh, here we go. I want to see if I can kill the Ultimate Death Knight with this single target hit. Oh, bam. And he got the double decrease cooldown. Did you see that? I got the double decrease cooldown. Confirmed right now that you can stack the... You probably could have already done this. You probably already knew you could do this. Reflex set. Impulse set. Now, with Merciless set, you can stack a decreased cooldown and Cycle of Violence at the same time. We're going to find out because I just did that ability. Normally, it's on a 3-turn cooldown once I come back around to it. But let's see what it's at now. Go ahead and slow her down if I can. Now. Okay. And there it is, guys. Absolutely. So I got the double decrease cooldown rocking at the same time. Let's come in here with probably the finisher. Bam. Almost everybody's dead. Lots of damage. The damage, however, I think is... Okay, so let me get this straight. The numbers are not high because I'm hitting raw damage, almost raw damage, right? That was obviously an A3. That's not the ignore defense one, but ignoring 35% damage plus the 25 from the mastery, if that procced, right? 60% damage. I'm hitting some raw HP, right? I don't know how it works. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Second time around, let's see how this skill goes. 125,000, awesome hit right there. Okay, so he was showing up with some good damage. Almost didn't even out damage Timid, you know. But this team was very squishy. I could tell right away. They didn't have that much defense, HP, whatever it was. Kind of lacking. You guys want to see me use this guy somewhere else? Now, I did put him in Clan Boss this morning, and it wasn't the best run. In fact, I have to hit Clan Boss again. So let me actually show you real fast what a Clan Boss with this guy would look like. This is not a great team right here. This is what I use, but however, I would be using Krokmar here instead if I didn't have him there. Now, because he uses his ability once and then a 4-turn cooldown, and then when he comes back around to it, it'll not only be his second time using it, but it'll also be his 5th hit. I can time it up well so that it is, well, it would be an AOE plus the passive. But on the clan boss, you don't need to worry about it. AOE, whatever. If I time it well, then I will come back around and this will be on his 5th hit. So let me actually manual it and see what we can do there. Speed 226, that's pretty solid. I have the area bonuses going for this guy. Crit damage 302, plus he's gonna boost his own crit damage with his ability on his A3 here. So he's in a good spot with all these stats. I'm just lacking some crit rate, and the attack could be a little better, so I agree to that. Attack, if I could have 6,000 attack, 7,000 attack, awesome. But with a full 6-piece, almost full merciless set, you can't be too upset, okay? Plus, he doesn't have full books on. Let's go ahead and see what I can do here on this. I'm gonna try to line it up so that his A2 lines up with the boss. Oh shoot! So I'm gonna be getting extra damage with Rathalos every time now because of the life harvest. 105,000 damage. That's solid. No increased attack. However, I can probably line it up so that he does have an increased attack when he does his 5th hit. Go ahead with this. 290, 2 something, you know, almost 300,000. Let's see what he's gonna do here, guys. Bam. He didn't crit. Yet. Kind of embarrassing that he didn't crit. That's that 94 crit rate for you guys. So yeah, I reloaded the fight. We're back in it again. See what's going on here. I weak hit with Rathalos this time. Yeah, not great so far, but let's see what I can still do. You know, 90 something. Let's go in with the A. Okay, 200,000 on an ability that has a 3-turn cooldown. Whatever, not bad. Rathalos still weak hitting. I'm gonna stay in this form here and just see what I can do. So he hit once. So we got 1 hit. Two. I should have saved it. I should have saved the A3. Damn. As much damage as possible. That's 2 hits. 200,000 from Rathalos. Extra turn on Newt. That's 3. Decrease cooldown, so I will have that ability ready to go. 4. That was 4. Unless I missed it, that not only that, now I have a fucking decrease attack debuff on my guy when I'm about to do my big fucking move. That's annoying. And I probably missed it. He probably already did it and I wasn't paying attention. This should be the 5th attack right here. 554,000 damage with a decrease attack debuff on me. Okay. And there wasn't any HP burn. So that's hard to kind of balance. Do I want HP burn plus the increased attack? Could take out Rathalos and put someone here who does that if need be. And he doesn't even strong hit. He's just not even critting. Damn. Yeah, not the best showcase on this. In fact, I'm not really feeling this at all. 167,000 damage. Let's see. Okay. Go in with another. Here we go. We got Newt. Now, I'm not going to even finish this fight out, so it doesn't matter what Newt does. It doesn't matter what Razavarg's doing. Yeah, he may be on his 5th hit again. I can't even remember. I would love to have HP burn on the boss and then morph back in for the increased attack. Would love to do it. 374,000 damage from Razavarg. Here we go. I don't even know if this is the 5th hit. 185. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Fuck. I could have waited to the next hit if I counted correctly. That's okay. Boss hits. I think we're gonna get the decrease. Yeah, so nothing's gonna line up right. Let me go ahead and close this out. All right, now final thoughts on this guy are that he is good. Okay, is good, but he is not this good. He's not 4.7 Demon Lord, 4.7 Hydra good. Okay, it's just not it. Arena, yeah, 4.5, maybe a 4 flat. Sorry, maybe a flat 4 on Arena, in my opinion. Okay, and half these other places don't really matter. I can't imagine you using him in Fire Knight. Where the fuck is he getting a 4.4 in Fire Knight? That's how you know that this shit is not accurate, guys. It's a free champion that players like you went ahead and grabbed on the day that you could, and you took all the information that you heard from Saf, from Scratch, from Nubs, from Hell Hades, from Ash, from all these guys, and you said, oh, he's going to be insane in Demon Lord. He's going to be insane in Hydra. It's what you want to believe, but I'd love to see you guys come back in here and change your rating, because a 4.7 on those, it's not true. It's not real. I can't imagine it being the case. How the fuck is he a 4.5 on Sand Devil's Necropolis? Right? Can't imagine 913 people went ahead and found a team for Sand Devil, used him, had it work better than the team that you were using before, or the same, maybe the same amount of quality, and then came back here and said, yeah, he's pretty good there. Cannot even imagine it. Okay, so a lot of this is bullshit right here. That's just the God's honest truth, all right? I'm just going to bring you the real info here. Not with the spreadsheets, though. That's not my job. And I love Hell Hades. I love Sav. I love Ash. I love all those guys, and they make some great content. You know, I watch their stuff all the time. But just because the champion does not hold up to the predetermined prediction that you had for him, based on some number crunching, doesn't mean that you can't just announce that you are wrong, right? Oops, I was wrong. He's not really going to be replacing somebody who's already your damage dealer in a certain dungeon. Newt is a champion who does. He's a champion that does that, you know? He fits just about everywhere except for maybe Arena. Rathalos, I would say, is going to be more an Arena-based style champion, okay? If you have Rathalos, if you have like Necrit as well, you can keep this guy alive. Otherwise, he's very squishy. Not going to be keeping himself alive very well at all. Okay. That's just my rant on this. I'm happy I put him in this Merciless set. Maybe this will end up staying on him. Maybe I'll put this Merciless set on somebody else. Who knows? Would love to get a 9-piece set. Maybe even just an 8-piece. The extra turn would be great, but it don't really matter. Anyway, that's it for my assessment on this guy. I would give him about a 3 out of 5, which would be like a 7 or a 6 out of 10. 3 out of 5, like a 3.5 out of 5, right? 3.5. Definitely not a 4, because I don't know too many places else that I would actually use him that really matter to me, okay? Personally, what matters to me is if you can go onto my Sand Devil team, for one, if you can go on my Fire Knight team, for two, if you can improve my Clan Boss team, if you can go on my Hydra. Now that's where you guys are boasting that he does the best work, but I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing it. We just looked at like Hydra, and maybe you're telling me that he can be a lot better, do a lot better damage on the high-end Hydra, like hard mode, a brutal, or nightmare. But he's a free login champion. You're boasting this information as if every person who's gonna get him can just, blue skidoo right into fucking nightmare Hydra. Nibs right here is a monster. He's an absolute unit of his own. Look at the champions he's using. He's absolutely not going to be replacing any of these guys at all with Rathalos. I'm sorry, but he came in a little late with a kit that just doesn't hold up compared to some of the champions we've already gotten for free or that we've already gotten from Fragment. Okay. But again, I still think he's a great option for players to use and, progress as much as you can. But he's not going to be pumping out that damage like you saw or like you were assuming he can do. I'm just ranting at this point. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, guys, please leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.